This month on Mustang Magazine, we're driving carefully in the snow, Honor Society is sponsoring a blood drive, we catch up with some new coaches from winter sports, and we show you where to get the best meatball sub in town. These stories and more on this February edition of Mustang Magazine.
Hello, and welcome to this February edition of Mustang Magazine. I'm Joe Spadorcia.
And I'm Angie Veron. It's one of the snowiest months of the year, so we begin today's show on the roads of Norwood.
Staff reporter Grace Gillis shows us how dangerous the driving conditions can be with camera and editing by Megan Quinn and Rachel McCracken.
Driving in the snow isn't always easy for beginners.
I think the main concern is that inexperience, not really knowing what to do when your car slides. I think the initial reaction is to put your brakes on, which in fact is probably the worst thing you can do.
One time when I was driving in the snow, I tried to stop, but the snow prevented me from stopping and almost hit a snowbank.
I'm always concerned about other cars when it's very narrow streets and sliding into another car or a snowbank or something like that.
Some students at Norwood High feel the drive to school can be dangerous.
People should reduce their speed all the time when it's snowing out. If the speed limit's 45, you should be doing 30. If it's 25, do 10.
My car is a Buick and it doesn't have four-wheel drive, so I have to drive really slow and it slides a lot.
Before getting in your car, you must take some precautions to ensure a safe drive.
You always want to clear the car off. You want to make sure all your mirrors are visible, the back, the front, even the side mirrors.
It's really hard to get to school when it's snowing because I have to get up early to clean my car and I have to drive slower because it's slippery.
Officer Costa says buckling up and staying away from texting and driving is key to avoiding accidents. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Grace Gillis.
Thanks, Grace. It's definitely important to be extra careful driving in snowy conditions.
Snow is pretty much a given in the month of February, and there's a crew of hardworking custodians to make sure our school is cleared in time for the first bell in the morning.
Senior staff reporters Juliana Schalmo and Mary Erickson caught up with the custodians during a recent storm. Here they are now in their own words.
I love New England. We love snow. That's why we're here. Even though we're not open 24/7, a lot of people think we are. Normally we're here at anywhere between 5 and 6 in the morning on a school day to make sure that you guys that can get into school safely. We are snow removal for getting ready for various activities over the weekend that we have at Norwood High School. And then we got to get ready for the big push on Monday morning for the students to be back to class. We do the stairs obviously with the shovels, and we have 4 snow blowers. We also have a company that comes around and does the parking lot for us. We also sand and salt. Make sure that we get down to the brick, that we don't have any ice on the ground for the kids to slip on. We got it done and we're ready for school for the next day for you guys to be here.
Now let's get out of the snow and inside. In this next story, students reported to the gym for the first blood drive ever held in the new school.
Senior staff reporters Emmy Coffey and Amanda Rooney report.
Giving blood as part of their school day is a new experience for students at Norwood High. Senior Jason Allen is a first-time donor.
It is a little nerve-wracking. People are taking blood out of your body. It's not something that happens every day.
But for medical workers from the American Red Cross, taking blood is an everyday routine. Allen says they did a good job and the process was easier than he expected.
It was a lot easier than I expected it to be. I didn't feel as much of it as I thought it would, it didn't hurt as much.
Student organizers are hoping the donations will make a difference.
The National Honor Society is participating in a blood drive to give back to the community because there's always a blood shortage.
The process starts after students register and go through a health history. From there, they have their blood pressure taken while they wait for a nurse to come get them.
We come back and get you, and then you get on the bed, and we make a pack, and then we do your draw.
There are more than 40 donors to the NHS blood drive and more than 30 units of blood collected. Students like Jason Allen left feeling positive about the whole experience.
I think it's very personal. I think that if you are willing to give blood, you should, because it's definitely a great way to give back. This was definitely rewarding. It feels nice to give back knowing that my blood might save a life.
And according to the American Red Cross, donating 1 pint of blood could save up to 3 lives.
I think NHS should do another blood drive because this one was a great success, and I'm sure the next one would have more participants.
So keep an eye out for more blood drives in the future. Reporting from Mustang Magazine, I'm Amanda Rooney.
Thanks, girls. This year's blood drive was a huge success. Good job to everyone involved.
Next up, we have a pair of stories on new coaches that have joined the Mustang teams. First up is a feature on the new hockey coach. Thomas Guerreri and Michael Dooley report.
The boys' varsity hockey team has new leadership on the bench, the first change in 2 decades. New coach, Chuck Allen, says his experience will be key in the Mustang turnaround.
I've been coaching high school for 20 years, and my recent school was Bishop Fenwick, and we went in there and, we turned the program around in a year and a half. The kids got to believe in themselves, and they got to change the culture. So that's my job, to change, believing they can win, and that's what they're going to do.
And with that type of determination, he's trying to get the players to buy in and believe in themselves.
I love the new coach, Coach Allen. He's a great guy so far. I mean, no reason to not like him. We already have 1 point, 19 more to go till we make the tournament. So I'm really excited that we have him.
Each coach has their own philosophy, and what I see now is the kids, the excitement around Norwood boys hockey. Now they're very excited to play. So I think that's the dynamic that's going to change. We'll be ready for every game. We'll be well prepared.
Allen has already set high expectations for his team.
The only expectations I have is, being ready, prepared for every game. Practices work, games are fun. But we'll work hard, and that's my expectations this year, is just to be ready for every game.
The chemistry's great. We got a lot of, like I said, a lot of good friendships. Everyone's really friendly. There's no kids who don't get along, and we're all just one big family.
Allen is very excited to start his tenure with the program.
And it's a dream job for me, just the location and all that. I'm trying to build this program back up.
Reporting from Mustang Magazine, I'm Mike Dooley.
Thanks, guys. Our hockey team had a great season. Recently, I caught up with the new boys basketball coach. Here's his profile now. The varsity basketball team is under new leadership this year. New coach J.J. Oliver says he's ready for a successful season.
I'm very excited. I think I have a good amount of sort of self-deprecation where I'm hard on myself at times, but with that, I think I also have a good amount of confidence that I'm prepared for this.
Oliver's not new to the sidelines, leading the Mustang JV team last season and having a history of coaching going all the way back to his high school days.
And I had a high school coach who turned into a mentor, took me under his wing, and when I was in high school, I basically had an assistant coach's role, and I learned to love the game from the sidelines.
And while Oliver is using his experience to connect with his new team, players say they appreciate the consistency.
I think it's interesting seeing that we had Cormier for about maybe 10 years, I want to say. But I mean, he's been around the program for a long time, and he coached me on JV, so it's pretty much like having the same coach again.
I feel like Mr. Oliver fits the role of our head coach very well. He's almost an extension of Mr. Cormier. He's been in the program for multiple years, and he's been behind Cormier. They stress the same concepts like help defense and togetherness, and he's just basically another Mr. Cormier.
Being the defendant Herget Division champs, expectations are high.
If we as a team look 20 games away, that's not a healthy way to do it. We got to go day by day. Not to sound too much like Belichick, but I think that really is the healthy way to approach it. I think we compete hard every single game. I think a goal that I always have is that the teams we play 2 times, the Herget opponents, we do better against them the second time around than we did the first. Those are the things I value.
And both the players and Oliver say they have high hopes for the upcoming season.
Expectations are that we have fun, we do the right things on the court, build good habits of mind, practice hard, play hard.
I think this year can maybe be a little bit better than last year. I mean, we have a couple new guys, but I feel that they're hitting their stride as we start to get practices, and I think we can be as good as we were last year, maybe even better.
I have high expectations for the season. I think we could repeat as Harrogate champs.
So go watch the Mustangs play at home for 9 games this season. Check the NHS Athletic websites for dates and times. Reporting for Mustang Sports Blog, I'm Joe Spadorcia.
Nice work. Well, I hope you're hungry because this next segment will definitely pique your appetite. I recently caught up with an Italian groceria known for a special sub. At this Italian groceria, owner Robert Palazzolo has created a family environment among workers and patrons, but he remembers how rough the beginning was when he first opened his doors in Wellesley, Massachusetts 19 years ago.
A lot of people didn't know what the store was, what we sold, because the sign just said Tutto Italiano. And really nobody knew what that meant, so.
And since those early days, the Tutto Italiano groceria has grown quite a bit, and so has the family.
We have customers that come in like every day, customers that have been coming here since the store opened.
We know what they like we know what they order, and they know like the family, like they know us.
Like, I know this one lady, she just comes in and she's just like, oh, like you've grown so much.
Running the groceria hasn't been easy for the Palazzolos, and Robert says there have been some sacrifices.
I wasn't able to spend a lot of time with my family because the store took a lot of hours getting it going. So really I didn't get to see my daughters grow up as much as a 9-to-5 guy.
But his daughters, now employees, don't see it that way.
I saw how hard he worked, and I would just think like, oh, I want to work that hard, you know what I mean? I want to be that respected. Like, 'cause I would see how much his customers respected him too, and just like, made me look up to him, you know?
And working at the groceria the past few years, Norwood senior Gina Palazzolo says she enjoys her time at Tutto's with her dad.
Just created like a bond.
It made me understand like how hard he worked to provide for like our family, and like it made me want to work as hard as he does.
It made me be like really proud of my dad. I grew up really proud.
Aside from the great family atmosphere, the Palazzolos say they are the most proud of the Southern Italian cuisine they share with their customers.
Basically, I really kind of like to serve what I enjoy eating myself. We have all the main staples like meatballs and lasagna and eggplant and chicken parm and, you know, mostly a lot of red sauce related things.
We get a lot of really good feedback, especially about the subs. Tutto Italiano is known for its meatball sub, and we actually won an award for Best of Boston for it a couple years ago.
So if you're in the Wellesley neighborhood and you're feeling hungry, stop in for a famous meatball sub and say hello to the Palazzolo family. For Mustang Magazine, I'm Angie Garon reporting.
Yeah, I'm hungry now, but just in time because that wraps up this month's edition of Mustang Magazine. Thanks for watching.
For more stories like these, visit us online at mustang.media or hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
We'll see you next month. A pair of stories on new coaches that have... Why are they writing my name? Joe, you suck. All right. A pair of stories on new coaches that have joined the Mustang team. Is that good, Nick? Like that?
Wait, I don't have any more lines?
No, you do. It says like mustang.media.
Oh, I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
There are a lot of lights right here.
I thought I was smiling.
Now I can't see. I just looked directly into the lights above me.
I can't exactly talk and...
Can we do the whole thing like this? Yeah, I'm hungry now. But just in time because that wraps up this month's edition of Mustang Magazine. Thanks for watching.
I'm sorry. You were like, yeah, I'm hungry now.
I would never say that. If I was on TV, I'd not be like, yo, I'm really hungry. Thank God I'm done with this.
Wait, I don't have any...